Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the lightweight bout between Vinc Pichel versus Austin Hubbard. Or Hubbard, I said Herbert. Hubbard. Vinc Pichel versus Austin Hubbard. And how I see this one right here is I'm leaning to Vinc Pichel in this one. I know there's a youth thing and sometimes youth always wins, or really it's not even youth, it's time, but maybe both. But really it does win over. But this one's like not like Vinc Pichel is a guy that is necessarily on the downtrend and just this old guy like waiting for some young guy to beat him and just kick him out of the sport and retire him. Vinc Pichel might be 40, but it's not like he has had the most mileage. I think he's been spent a good number of years outside of UFC for whatever reason, like just not fighting for whatever reason. I think maybe injury, a contract, something. I'm not gonna dig too much into that, but either way, it didn't affect him too much. He came back better, and came back and still was more than kept up with the division. Like he definitely no world beater, never been a world beater, but he more than kept up with like the overall division. Like he got left behind due to his inactivity and came back probably even better than he was when he left. So even at what, like 40 now, or like damn near 40 or 40, I think Vinc Pichel is still holding up, and I feel like he beat a better fighter that's with similar attributes to him in Roosevelt Roberts not too long ago. I think, as a matter of fact, that might have been his last fight. No, in fact, I think Jim Miller was his last fight. He beat Roosevelt Roberts, then he beat Jim Miller. It's either or, but he beat those like his last two wins. And when you look at his record, it's not like his case to losses. I mean, his takedown defense might be really low when you look at the average, but when you look at who actually took him down, the people that had great success against taking him down were um, Gregor Gillespie, NCAA champion wrestler, phenom, and he lost to Rustam Khabilov, who at that time was a freakish monster coming into the UFC and is a high level wrestler, still a high level wrestler. But the wrestling for the division has evolved since then. But still, even back then and now, one of the better wrestlers in this division. So he only lost to some of the very best wrestlers in this division. And Hubbard is nowhere near any of those guys. Striking wise, Hubbard's not a phenomenal striker or a standout striker. Grappling's not a standout striker. He's a good middle of the pack, or good jack of all trades. Getting experience behind him, he's tough, he's gritty, he's a good solid fighter. He's not really slouching in any area, but he's not stellar in any area. He can maybe, like I said, but I feel like Vinc Pichel definitely has the power advantage. I think he's a cleaner striker. I feel like Hubbard could potentially path to victory, try to beat a younger guy, outwork him, and just outpace him. But it's not like Hubbard's pace is super crazy. You might have looked good against Rothkopf or Max Rothkopf, who just has first round cardio and no heart. But I only looked like he had a high pace because that guy only had cardio for one round and heart for one round. So can't, or with no heart, but he had cardio for one round. Big buff, 500 pounds, like looking like a light heavyweight at welterweight or lightweight. It's a big weight cutter with a good wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So, but faded after the first round. So it's not like Hubbard puts in such a high pace. But I feel in this one, Vinc Pichel will be the cleaner technical striker. Maybe not the fast, like not the higher pace fighter, but the more experienced, bigger, stronger as far as physically. Not like he's gonna be vertically so much taller than him. Gonna be like more so horizontally, bigger, stronger, old man granddad strength or uncle strength. Better get the better exchanges in the grappling, and when they lock up, if he be landing heavier shots, and the shots that the judge will be seeing better. I don't think he stops Hubbard. Like I said, Hubbard's a very tough guy. He's not gonna be guarded for anyone. I feel like grappling will, for the most part, neutralize. I feel, if anything, I feel like Vinc Pichel will be the counter, maybe even gain top position, maybe you be a sprawl on top of Hubbard, and then force Hubbard back to his guard. On the feet, I feel like he'll be able to land the heavier shots, and the striker total should be relatively close. But Vinc Pichel will be in control the fight in the grappling, at least defensively, in securing position on the feet, landing the heavier shots, and that will be perceived by the judges, and he will get his hand raised pretty clearly without much issue. So in this one, I'm not saying it's going to be without issue in the sense of he's going to be an easy fight for him, but it's going to be not going to be any controversy to him winning. It's not going to be like, oh, he won this round. Oh, I think he won that round. It's like close, competitive fight, but it was clear that Vinc Pichel was the better man on the night and gets his hand raised. So in this one, I have Vinc Pichel via decision.